Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today we're going to do multiple things. The main thing for today's topic is watching a crew come in and remove a fully grown mature coconut tree from within the fence line of our property here at Villa Feliz and be able to take that fully grown mature coconut tree and move it outside. It's amazing how they did it, and I think you'll be amazed when you watch it. But we're going to do a couple other things here today as well in this episode. So let's go ahead and get today's episode started. Now without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Start out today's episode by going on a short road trip. We're going to take a short road trip to a plant nursery, and that plant nursery is inside Lipa City. Hopefully we can put a mark down so you can see the actual location, and then we're going to come back here. We're going to do that video. We're going to show a little bit of the video of them removing what looks like an impossible feat of them removing a fully mature coconut tree, just like you see back there behind me. You see those coconuts back there? Those, and I don't know, they're big. They're like 50 feet plus in height. But you're going to see how they did it. It was kind of miraculous on that. And then last thing we're going to do a quick walkabout inside the backyard. I want you to see some of the things that we picked up from that plant nursery. And then also we went to a pot shop. When I say a pot shop, clay ceramic pots. In the area of Tanawan, and we brought some of those back, and I wanted to see some of the transplants of some of the plants that we have inside the yard. We moved them into some of the pots, and some of the fruits that are growing back here at this point. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Now before we actually get into the bread and butter of what today's episode is about, we're going to go through a quick tour of a nursery. One of my friends came down, said, "You want to go to a nursery this morning?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm always into going to plant nurseries, and this nursery is Olan Nurseries. It's been here, I think he said, for around 40 years, and it's very close. If you know where the Vulcan is in Lipa City, we're right down the street from Vulcan. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a walk inside the Olan Nursery and see some of the things that they have to offer here. Let's start walking inside. I actually walked in here just a little bit earlier, and there's something that interests me, and that is lanzones. I'm looking for a lanzone tree. I'm looking for something that's a little bit small, because you know we don't have any more room in our backyard. Something that is kind of narrow, not so tall, and I'm looking for something that is like seedless or very small seeds, and they actually have it inside here. Let me show you what they have. Oh, these are the lanzones. Are you getting these? You're getting the 3 lanzones? Yes. Well, these are the ones. Here's my friend Eddie, and these are the owners of Olan. You said 40 years. 40 years? Yes. 40 years in operation here. And these are the lanzones seedlings.
Seedless. Longkong seedless.
Longkong. Yeah. That's the variety. The variety. Yes. The variety.
And it's seedless.
And these are seedless right here. Are these the ones? Where did you pick these from? From
there.
This area right here? Okay.
Pick me all those.
I'm gonna kind of go through and take a look and see what they have here. We might put one of these on property at Villa Feliz. Okay. One on the corner right there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. It's kind of neat finding places like this that are right in the middle of what you would think would be the populated dense areas, but it's off the beaten track just a little bit, and they've got a lot of stuff back here. Mangosteen.
Yeah, because but this tall, and then they spread. The branches spread out. Cacao. And
cacao, yeah, cacao.
Look at those fruits up there.
Yeah, we have one cacao at the house, but Eddie ate the only mangosteen fruit that was on. He did not wait, but he said it was really sweet. It was really sweet.
So
the mangosteen, the fruit, produces about the same time of the year that Lanzones does,
Lanzones
and that's
and,
like
rambutan.
September, September,
September.
right around September. Oh,
Yeah.
he found one. He found one. Now
He
this
said there's too many of those. And
this is mango. Now, is this okay to eat now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Hindi naman gayang kaliit. Kasi mga huli na yan.
It's gotta be sweet because there are ants in there.
Yeah. It's very similar to opening up
Yeah.
a Lanzones, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, so this part right here. Right?
Yep.
I thought it would be bigger. Did they grow?
They
bigger too,
they
right?
have bigger. They're bigger because there's so many fruits. The fruits don't get that big.
Oh,
Amis.
it's
So-
almost like eating like sugar, something with a high content of sugar. It's very, very sweet. It's good. Oh,
It's good.
shut up.
Really good.
You got the bag. I noticed you reached up inside there and you took. Is this to protect it from what? Insects?
From yung
Birds?
birds.
The birds.
Yeah.
Ah, I haven't seen anybody do that before. That's interesting.
Go there.
Ah, there you are.
You still
Oh, okay.
Nalaglag na.
Oh, look at there. Okay. And this is kind of cool because this doesn't really reach out. The lateral limbs don't go out very far. So you could, if you have a property, and you're kind of tight on space, this is a perfect tree to grow on your lot. And that's right now we're tight on space. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Macadamia nuts from Hawaii.
Macadamia nuts.
Yeah. This one.
That's these right here.
Oh yeah. It's marketed.
How long does it take before you get the actual fruit, the nut off of these?
Gano'ng katagal bago mabuha?
Madali lang. Nagbubunga na ito eh.
Oh. She said it's already bearing fruit.
They're already
This is
bearing
the
fruit.
marketed.
How old are they? How many years are these now?
Yan. Ayan ang macadamia
Oh,
nuts.
this is the macadamia nut right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to
Pero mas
roast
malalaki
this,
niyan.
or you have to do it like you do like
Yung
cashew and stuff like that?
Pinakain nyo nasa loob.
Oh, this you crack these
Yeah.
shell
And
and the seeds inside the nuts.
you can eat it from there, or do you have to roast it?
Iluluto na pa ba? Hindi na.
Hindi na, pwede
No.
Sasangag.
Sinasangag, pero pwedeng kainin.
Oh, you can
Mas
roast it,
malaki
or
yan,
you
mas
just eat it
malaki
off like
pagka
that.
yung
Rotary,
Yeah.
because the cashew you have to roast because it has the
Yeah,
oils, the
yeah.
very the poisonous oils inside that. Now you're probably asking, James, why did you remove the coconut tree? Well, as you can hear inside the background, that's a chainsaw. There are a lot of trees that are coming down in our subdivision to comply with a requirement for handover of the utility grid, the electrical grid inside our subdivision, over to the public utility company, Bottleneck 2. So we had to take it down because it was only a few meters away from that, the electrical lines you could see from the drone when it was flying over, how close it was to it. But at the same time, it's kind of a bittersweet thing. It was beautiful here, but it also presented a safety hazard. It had a safety hazard both to, like if you wanted to park the vehicle there, or if you were walking underneath it. You never wanted those coconuts to fall down on your head. So we took care of that to comply and also for safety as well. And the nice thing about it, we have several coconut trees here in our backyard. So at some point, they're going to be as beautiful or maybe more beautiful than the coconut tree that we had in the front. Now, I said we were going to talk about a few things today. We talked about the visit to the plant nursery in Lipa City. We talked a little bit about the coconut tree being removed. And the last thing we're going to do, we're just going to do a quick walk through the backyard. I just want to show you a few things we picked up after we went to the plant nursery. Me and my friend Eddie, we went to Tanawan, which isn't too far. It's like on the route going to Taal Lake or Tagaytay, and there's a place there that is one of my favorite shops to go to. It has to do with pottery. They have a lot of pottery for about half the price if you were to buy it right here in Lipa City. I want to show you a few of the things that we picked up and some of the plans that I plan to do with some of the pots, and some of the things that I already did after I returned from the shop. Now, when we went to that shop over in Tanawan, I picked up 4 of these pots right here. I really like the design of these. I had previously picked up this one over here several weeks earlier, and it has a different, like a brick type of a design around it. And I was so happy with this, especially with the pricing, because I was able to pick these up for 400 pesos each. The same pots, when I went to several of the plant pot stores in Lipa, these were 800 pesos and above. So I was able to get 2 for the price of 1 when I went to Tanawan. And it's a little bit further of a drive, but it's well worth it, especially if you're picking up several of the items. I also picked up some of the loam soil. They call this like potting soil, garden soil is what they call it. And it has a very good composition of vermicast, rice hull, cocoa peat, carbonated rice hull, and some garden soil. You need that garden soil inside so everything doesn't break down and you're constantly having to add to your mixture. And this is very organic. It has a lot of things that will feed your new plants. Now, as you can see in this pot over here, this is a duhat. It's another type of a fruit, and once we get the fruit, we'll show you what it actually looks like. The duhat tree actually grows really tall, but what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to keep it pruned down, and hopefully I can continue growing it here inside this pot. So there are lots of plants that are compatible with pots. There's some that will outgrow your pot, but this one I think will be okay. We're going to see. Anyway, inside, you see these right here. These are from some seeds that I got from Emily. You know, Dave and Emily and Dave and Emily's Balikbayan farming over in Rosario. And these are passion fruit. I just took the seed from the passion fruit, I stuck them in here, and these will grow like crazy. They'll vine. Normally you would put them like on a fence. You have to be very careful because they're kind of invasive and they'll grow like crazy. Let me go ahead and show you something else that we have over here. This is new. This is what I picked up. You saw, remember at the very beginning of the episode when we visited the plant nursery, this is the lanzones. I removed the olive. I had an olive tree right here, but olive trees actually do really well in pots. So one of those pots, and I'll show you here in a second, I removed the olive tree. I put the lanzones because the lanzone doesn't grow real wide, not with lateral limbs. They grow a little bit tall, and I really don't have much space. You see, all the space is taken up inside the backyard. So I figure it will do good here because it will be vertical, and most of the lanzones, you'll see, they'll hang right on the trunk. So this should be a really good spot. Remember that olive tree that I was talking about a little bit earlier? Well, the olive tree now resides inside a pot down here in the driveway to the basement. I moved it over here. So you'll see it will grow, and it's a very slow growing plant. Very slow growing plant. And I'm hoping to fill up this little bit of a space right here with the olive tree. Remember we pulled a Chico? I think we did this in one of our past episodes. We got some Chicos on this one. This is a very small tree, but it's still producing fruit. And remember our calamansi? This calamansi tree always does really well. I just picked a lot of the calamansi here just the other day. Calamansi is very easy. About seven calamansis to 1 liter of water, and you can make calamansi juice. Now this, I did this also with the new pot, and this is a general plum tree. I had the general plum in the ground, but I don't want it to get too big, so I went ahead and potted it right here. Using that same loam soil as well. I also want you to show it. Look at the crazy growth of our lime tree here. So many limes, and you can do you can make lime juice or like a limeade, very similar to the way that you do your calamansi juice. Now what I did, you can see, I really pruned this guy back because most of the fruit was coming on the top, and I wanted to shape this like I shaped several of my other trees around here. And you'll see the other, you see I want it's clean along the trunk. And I did the same thing on our lime tree back here. You see this lime tree. I cleaned this up so we have a little bit of opening around the swimming pool area, and it's clean, and so it doesn't block the pathway. And we got some new growth of limes growing on this one as well. And one of the reasons I bought those pots, one of the pots I want to put, and this is the angel trumpet. Do you remember? But unfortunately, my poor angel trumpet is getting eaten alive by insects. I got this from Barry. You know, Barry in the PI, we promoted his vlog. He's up in Alfonso, Alfonso Cavite, right next to Tagaytay. And this was so beautiful. It was so full of beautiful leaves in here, but the insects really got to it. But we're going to transplant this, and we're going to put this, and we're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive on some type of powder or something to keep the insects away. Barry, if you have any idea for me on this, please let me know. I got a couple of dragon fruit growing here. I really need to do something. I want to get rid of this bamboo. This is the remaining bamboo after the typhoon knocked down the other three. And I'll put something that's a little bit stronger and in a different location. The dragon fruit really like a lot of sun, and we're just kind of getting all kind of shade back here. This is the blossom for the new dragon fruit. This will fall off eventually, and it will look like this. Then it will turn red, purplish color, then it'll be ready to eat. Lastly, our coconut trees back here. They are just, there's so many coconuts. We've had a couple of the coconuts fall. Luckily, nobody sits directly underneath here because it's like a plant garden. I've had 1 or 2 roll into the swimming pool over here. But right now, if I wanted to go and just make some coconut juice, the coconut water inside, I could pick from several of them. Now there's a technique. It has to do with thumping it. I guess there's several ways of checking that it's ready. My gardener knows the technique, and I just ask him to thump it. I still can't figure out myself how to determine when they're ready to pick. And finally, our yellow golden coconuts from my good friend Ramil Rivera in Barangay Anilao. He gave me this, remember, the first year that we were building the house. I planted this in 2017. And this is a different variety than the other varieties, the green ones that we have here. But it's been told to me that these have more of a medicinal value. They're actually better for your health than the green ones. If you know anything on this, please share that in the comment section. But I know the juice is really good from these as well, but it's a little bit different taste from the green coconut. So let's go ahead and close today's episode. I hope you enjoy episodes like this. If you enjoy these and you would like to see more, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed, and if you ring that bell, you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time from right here in the very beautiful Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.